Hey, on the flight over here, I caught your interview with Anthony Davis. Awesome pod. That's a pretty tough act to follow, though.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you don't strike me as a guy who's all that concerned with having to follow anyone else. Am I right?
Yeah. I guess you're right.
Hey, at least that was the way it seemed back in April when you were here with Jordan. Where is she, by the way? I was expecting her to join us again.
Nah. She's been out at college games every weekend, scouting potential new clients. She already forgot about me.
Yeah, I somehow doubt that. So, you tell me, what are we talking about once we get rolling? Just some general rookie season discussion?
I'll leave that up to you. I wouldn't expect you to step in the huddle and call the plays, so I won't try to do your job.
Okay, valid point. So, anything that's off limits?
I think I'm pretty open, and I trust you to steer us in the right direction.
Hey there, just wanted to see how you're feeling at the halfway point of the season. That rookie wall is coming for you, so you need to be prepared. When you get a chance, either call or text me back and let me know where you think you need the most work, alright? I'm sure your trainers are doing a great job, but a little extra input doesn't hurt, right?
You know, this has always been my worst week of the season, ever since I was a rookie.
How come? Because of the trade deadline?
Yeah, man. Even in my first year, I was on the block. By now, you think this fella would be something I was used to.
Yeah, that ain't your fault though, bro. There's so many bad GMs out there.
Nah, it ain't. But here's the thing. It don't really matter who's at fault. Just like it wasn't my fault when I got rolled up on and injured year 2.
Well, at least you know that ain't the case this year.
When I signed here back in March, I hope this be my last stop. It's starting to feel like I made the right choice.
I think you did, Carter.
And you know, if you good with the face of the franchise, then no doubt he'll put in a good word for me next year.
Hey, I don't have that kind of clout, man. I ain't LeBron.
Not yet, but where you are, you remember who showed you the ropes.
Yeah. I got you.
Before you hit the neighborhood for candy, let's get you started with something sweet. We've got Jacksonville looking for their first win ever in Seattle, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
There are a few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect clear afternoon. Heck, you can see all the way to Mount Rainier in the distance here at CenturyLink Field in Seattle. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Nothing on the scoreboard, 0-0 as the offense gets ready to take over the football. And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talked about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that, and by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know the funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
That's good for 21 yards and a first down. And now Jackson will look to throw it. That'll be caught right side. Chenault with it. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. On second down now. It's Robinson. Now Robinson coughs up the football. It's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Open man right side is Shark. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Now it's Jackson. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Now it's Jackson. Over the middle, Dorsett. And the Jaguars are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Philip Dorsett, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jags have taken the early lead. One of the keys to their... Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning. That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Throwing is Jackson. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
And he's got Dorsett complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. Philip Dorsett with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Jaguars have taken the lead.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another...
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. On 2nd and 10, Jackson. Dancing to his left. First down and more for Jackson. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. They go play action with Jackson. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Laviska Shenault, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by Quadre Diggs. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Back to the air, Jackson following the pick 6. Flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave them with 2nd and a yard. Jackson. That's to the veteran tight end, Carter Landry. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. They go play action now. Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Carlos Dunlap. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now arguably the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together and maybe get into field goal range.
And Shark calls it in. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Defensively, they just lost him. He was waving his arms saying, I'm wide open. They found him.
Yeah, and it's so interesting about when a receiver starts to wave his arms because some guys run up the line of scrimmage, they declare themselves open. You know, these guys throw the one arm up, hit me right now. In this case, he was so wide open that he was frantically trying to get his attention to make sure he got the football. And then I'm sure his only thought when the ball was in the air, don't drop it. Had too much time to think.
Play action. Now Jackson. Buying time to his left. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Jackson looking to throw on third. Flush to his right. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. This is Chenault on the receiving end. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal. So we are at halftime here in downtown Seattle with the Seahawks out in front. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis, where it was the Colts who were able to come away with the home victory. Carson Wentz, excellent in the victory.
Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And not much happening on it. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Second and 10.
Now Jackson. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. Play action. It's Jackson. Left side, it's Dorsett. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. And Jackson throwing once more. Being chased out left. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
48 yards on the ground for him so far. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
7 yards there and a first down. They'll run here with Robinson. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They run. Robinson. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal. Jackson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A 5-yard touchdown run. And once again, the Jaguars are back out in front. He continues to show at this level that he can not only pass for touchdowns, he can run for touchdowns.
Not the first time we've seen this, because this young guy, he really makes it happen. So what that tells me is the book on him has to change. You got to now.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Again, it's Robinson. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. And here's a handoff out of the gun. Oh, some strong running. Evades the tackler, and now some space. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Now, James Robinson, surprise start last year as an undrafted rookie, 5'10", 220. He is a tough man to get to the ground.
Yeah, in this part of the game, the fourth quarter, this is where a running back really has a chance to shine. This is what they've been training for, to take over the game down the stretch. The defense, it's been battered all game long. And here, this is just a case of a runner imposing his will and deciding he didn't want to be tackled right there.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try and run. This is Robinson. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown.
James Robinson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Jaguars add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 times. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
113 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, that really could have turned this one upside down. On 3rd down, Robinson. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues. Right back to him on 1st down. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
From the 41, Jackson eluding the pressure right. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. They'll run again here with Robinson. Open space inside the 10. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll try to run this one in, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. James Robinson, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year.
And the Jaguars are closing in now on a 7th straight win to start the year. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in after
So now we're in the final minute of the game in the 4th quarter as this offense gets ready to take over. They start on the ground with Robinson here. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. So now we're in the final minute of the game in the 4th quarter as this offense gets ready to take over. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. Throwing now is Jackson.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Jamal Adams, but he will not be able to bring it back. My goodness, what a bizarre ending. The kind of decision that could get a quarterback released before he gets back to the locker room. But fortunately for him and his crew, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Jacksonville, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for Seattle, things are kind of getting ugly as they drop to 1-7 now on the year. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10.
Okay, so now I'd like to welcome Carter Landry